What's happening, people? It's your boy Big Uggs, and welcome back to the voice of the tune. Damn, yesterday's game, Arsenal 4, Newcastle United 1. I was at the game. I was at the ground. I was in the away section, and from the minute goal, from the first kickoff, I think even from like 10 seconds into the game, Arsenal get a corner, and I just think to myself, this is not right. It was too easy for them to get through us. And Arsenal set the tone for the whole game. They set the tone. We couldn't get near them. It was a difficult game to watch. In what was a miserable away day for me. Um, I've been to the Emirates now 6 or 7 times. I've not seen us win there at all. As much as it gets as the draw that we got last season, and I think that draw that we got last season is what maybe helped us go into this game with a bit of confidence, and also the fact that we beat them already this season. But nah, man, yeah, the game yesterday there was two teams. One team that came to play football and came to play real good football. Actually, Arsenal's football was for me was amazing. Like there was times in the first half I couldn't even keep up with the ball. My eyes couldn't keep up with the movement. And then there was another team who didn't really come to play football. I don't know what we came to do. I don't think we set up the right way in terms of how we approach the game, which I'll get onto. But yeah, Arsenal really came to dominate the ball, and they did that, and they did it with intent. So like I said, they get the corner in first couple of minutes, probably have two, three corners, and chances to score. And I'm just sitting there. I'm sitting there thinking to myself, this is very easy for them to get through us. And if this is how the game's gonna go, it could be five or six. And because I went to Spurs game, Spurs away, I think it was 4-0 then. I went to that game, and I know how that game started, right? And as I was sitting there yesterday, I was thinking to myself, this has Spurs written all over it because it was brutal. Honestly, it was brutal. Like we couldn't get the ball, we couldn't keep the ball. But when we had the ball, it's like Arsenal's pressing was like they were setting traps for us. You know that they'll press the space and then forcing players to go different ways and forces them into the trap. And yeah, off the ball and on the ball, Arsenal were just the better side, and I think they are a good side, man. I think when you go to the Emirates, it's about riding that first 10 minutes wave because you sort of know like the first 10 minutes is going to be all out, and you got to ride the wave and slow the game down. Yeah, the goal came after 10 minutes, but yeah, we didn't quite manage to get control of the game. We didn't quite manage to frustrate the fans. I mean, we tried to. There were some moments where we tried to slow the game down. Trippier went down. He tried to slow the game down, and after fans were booing and doing all this ticking time, whatever. But yeah, we didn't do it enough. We didn't implement our style on the game. The midfield for me, we got overrun. I think with Jorginho and Declan Rice being in there, I thought that works well for Arsenal. I think Jorginho dictated the play a lot. He played really well. Declan Rice, again, Odegaard. So having Declan Rice and Jorginho in there, I feel like we couldn't cope with that. And our midfield is just lacks discipline at the minute, man. I think that's an area of concern because it's always the same three that's playing: Bruno, Longstaff, and Mali. And thankfully, we got Willett back coming in, but I feel like the balance in midfield is not right because they're all pressing at the same time, and all it takes is one ball, and all three of them are out of the picture. And that happened quite often. I'm surprised that happened to be fair yesterday because you'd think against Arsenal you'd have one sitting back, but we didn't do that. We did it. We didn't get close to them in any way. Arsenal get the first goal. I think it was an own goal from Botman, but it came from a Declan Rice corner, which previously in the game he had a few corners and they were close. So like your great balls in, and I don't know how we just dealt with it, but we didn't learn our lesson. And Gabriel headed the goal, good save from Karius, but Botman then trying to clear the ball, put the ball over his line, and from then you just knew like, okay, you know what, this is going to be a long day. And straight after that, Martinelli runs across our whole back four, gets the ball and he crosses it in, and then the ball passes at 2, 3 players, and Havertz is there just to slow it in 2-0, 2-0 in under 27 minutes, and I just knew, yeah, do you know what, it's game over. It's just about how many Arsenal score. Even if we scored one, we didn't look like scoring one anyways, but even if we scored one, you just had a feel that Arsenal had a number, and you know the game was done from the second goal. But Going into half time, fans were fuming at the turnstiles. I was talking to some fans, and a lot of them were fuming. So was I, to be fair, because that first half was probably the worst first half of football I've seen under Eddie Howe. And there's been quite a few bad ones. I think Spurs away this season, even Arsenal away 2 years ago when Eddie Howe first joined, that was also miserable. But yesterday's game was, for me, was probably the worst one, because we didn't come and show any personality, we didn't show any intent, we didn't do anything, and Arsenal really educated us yesterday. So lessons to learn. But second half, I think for me it was about showing some character, and we did that a little bit. To be fair, it was an even game for the first 15 to 20 minutes of the second half. But like I said, for me, the damage was already done. Isak had a chance to make it 2.5 chance. Probably one of the few shots on goal we had, where he cut in on his right foot. He switched with Anthony Gordon, and so he moved out to the left. He cut in, and he just obviously hit under the ball and went over the bar. So that's probably like the only glimpse we had before we scored. But Arsenal's third goal, I believe it was it might have been Saka, I believe, but they had a chance before then, anyways, to actually score. Havertz putting the ball wide early on in the second half, which could have made it 3-0, but he misses that. Saka gets a part of it, and Kivio also gets the fourth. So 4-0, I just said, I'm leaving. So I even missed Willock's goal. Willock's goal came probably a minute after I left. I was meant to go to the toilet and come back, but then I just thought, I can just beat the traffic. I saw a lot of Newcastle fans leaving. Miserable day at the office, and just write this one off, and look forward to Blackburn and focus on Blackburn. Our record at the Emirates is not great. We have not won there since 2010. So I said that in my match preview. This one for me was about making the game nasty and trying to frustrate the fans and frustrate the players, but we didn't do that, and we didn't implement our style. So we left there with a 4-1 defeat. We getting the goal. I saw the highlights. Dan Burney came on, got the assist, and Willock's header looped over the keeper. So 4-1. Which was a consolidation goal, and a miserable day at the office for Eddie Howe and the team. So it just shows that the levels, man, the levels and the golfing class from where we were last year and from where we are now to top of the league. So a lot needs to improve. It's been such a frustrating season for me personally, and for I'm sure the fans and the players. Obviously, start one month we're looking good, and then the next month we're losing games that we should be winning, and the next month we get injuries. So it's been a very difficult season, and so now the focus is now Blackburn on Tuesday. If we win that, we were one game away from Wembley in the FA Cup. So I think that should be the focus now. But Arsenal 4, Newcastle United 1. Poor from Newcastle. We didn't even look like we came to play football, but Arsenal on the day were just a better side, class side, good movement. For me, man of the match, I don't know, it could be Gabriel, because he's done a good job on Isak. Isak for me was injured. That didn't help. I feel like he's getting rushed back because we've got no one else to play. The guy could barely move. For me, he didn't want to do too much, and he looked like he's carrying a knock, or he's not fit. And he played like 70 minutes. For me was a bit too long. I personally, I would have put him on the bench for this game. I think I said it also in my preview. Don't start him. Probably get him off the bench, and probably start him against Blackburn on Tuesday. But Eddie had chose to start him, and yeah, I don't think it worked out, to be fair. But for my man in the match would probably go to Jorginho, Gabriel, or Declan Rice. I feel like those three guys in the middle of the park dominating the ball, and that's where the game was won. So we've got to look forward now. We've got to look towards the cup and our next fixtures in the Premier League. So disappointing day yesterday, miserable day yesterday, cold, bitterly cold, and just miserable all round. So I've cancelled that. I've erased yesterday out of my head. To be fair, it didn't happen. But yeah, on to the next, man. Thank you for watching. It's been a pleasure. Always a pleasure, man. Let me know what your thoughts are on the game, how you felt we performed. What do you think is wrong? Because we just don't seem right. We just look like we're lacking a bit a bit of intensity, physicality. You know, we're second to balls. You know, we're losing second balls as well. I don't know, man, but yeah, I just think this season is just one of those seasons, isn't it? Like it was always going to be hard, but you know, I didn't think it would be this hard. But hell, you know, we sit seventh in the league. Luckily, Man United lost, Brighton drew, I believe. You know, so teams around us dropped points. So um, it wasn't too bad, but overall, for me, the performance was poor, and that is for me the most concerning thing. Because anybody can lose a game of football. It's for me, it's about if you put in a good performance, and we didn't do that yesterday. So yeah, man. But thank you for watching. It's your boy Big Uggs. Make sure to like, comment, and to subscribe. I'll see you in the next video, and I'm out.